So, for those of you who have A block chemistry, I won't be there. I'll be on the junior retreat. H block chemistry, that's going to be Friday. I will be in class, but we'll try to do almost the exact same thing that A block did. So, here's what you're going to do. Pretty simple. It is a density lab. There will need to be a lab report. You will, of course, need to show much more detail than this. Remember, the purpose needs to be a paragraph. You need to have your own procedures. But just a brief overview, you're going to have 6 unknown metal cubes. You're going to use density and a density chart that you find online in order to discover their identities. Collect volume, mass, density data, as well as a description of the metal. And as long as in your results you justify your answer, it's not going to be right or wrong. I think you should be able to get pretty close. None of these metals are rare. If you come up with a density for something that's really rare, that's probably not the right one. If you need a good source for finding the metals, you can try a website called the Engineering Toolbox. Just Google that. It's a pretty good site. It should be able to help you with what you need to find. So that's part of the class. The lab should not take you the whole time though, and I would like to give you some time to do the lab write-up, but still, I don't think that should take nearly close to all the time. So there's one more thing that I'm going to ask you to do, and that's going to be to do a short, tiny little bit of research regarding a guy named Archimedes. He was a Greek living in Syracuse, came up with all sorts of interesting things. Important to us is what he found in the incident of the king's golden crown. So focus your efforts on that area. Then I want you to write a short story in which you, in the person of Archimedes, solve the problem using you as in the student, your knowledge of density. It's going to be a short story, at least 300 words. You can take some artistic liberties, however, you should have real science and math in your story. So some actual knowledge of density, particularly the density of gold and the other metal in question in the story. So that story should be completed in class. After you finish the story, you can work on your lab report. So the order I would recommend: collect data for the density lab, do the research, write the short story, and then you may work on the lab report. And that's it. I do warn you, there is going to be a test, the class after this one, over mixtures and density and things of that nature. I will put a study guide up online. You should also have been reading chapter 1 of the book and should be familiar with the material in that chapter. Be able to do calculations with density, be able to do some temperature conversion calculations too. I'll throw some practice problems for those as well up for you. That's going to do it. Really short video today. Thanks for listening.